Okay, so this is take two, and we're going to see if it works now. Like, how is the sound? Just let me refresh it. Okay, so this is take two, and we're going to see if it works now. Like, how is the sound? Just let me refresh it. Alright, I think the sound is in a good place. Alright, hi, and welcome back to our How to Make a BOM Avatar Take Two. Because this is the reason why we do these runs. Because think about it, if I would have just gone on with the tutorial without doing this dry run, we would have had that sound issue where my mic was across the room, because it was on my USB headset and not on this fancy non-USB headset for tutorialing. And the headset was all the way over there across the room on the couch, because I was listening to rain sounds sleeping. So it was capturing me all the way across the room. That's why y'all couldn't hear me. Which is funny, because I've been talking to people and they're like, you sound so far away. I don't get why. The mic is right here. Hello? Hello? You know, doing that. So I was like, forget it. I'll just call you. It's funny that was what was wrong. My mic actually was across the room. Never. Okay. So let's get back to our tutorial, what we were saying, and try to get this thing on a roll. Remember, you're free to ask questions throughout the class. That way I know what to add in to the real tutorial and make sure that I cover it. So your questions now help shape the future of our Bakes on Mesh tutorial. So don't be shy. I'll answer them as I see them. And if it doesn't look like I'm looking at the screen, don't worry. I got another monitor over here, the ye old laptop, so I can see your questions and answer them over here. So I guess because it's take two, we should probably start from the beginning, because you probably couldn't hear anything that I said earlier in take one. See how people came back. You guys all came back. Yay. Okay, so we're going to start over from the beginning. I hope you don't mind. Say hi to Tea Cake. Bye, Tea Cake. Okay, so what I plan on doing is showing you how to make an avatar into your Bakes on Mesh one. I don't know if you guys have seen my very successful Bakes on Mesh avatars that I've been making. We have my Marlowe, my Great Fairy series. We have Marlowe. This isn't a good picture of her, because this is the one where she doesn't have eyebrows. But we also have Rosé, which I love the most. So I made a couple Bakes on Mesh avatars. I have Sherry, which is my child avatar, which I'm kind of shocked ain't really selling as well as I thought. Marlowe was kicking all the asses and taking names, and we got Rosé. Let me see, just type in. So we have a bunch of avatars and things like that. But did you know that my fancy avatars that I made here all started out as regular system avatars? So that's pretty much what this tutorial is going to be about, showing you how the process of turning a system avatar into a Bakes on Mesh avatar with bento and all that jazz. This is actually the one that we did during the last live. Okay. So all of that aside, these are my avatars. You can buy them on the marketplace. Support us and stuff. All right. For real. Tutorialing. So what we need to do is basically create a Second Life avatar and then start the creation process. I don't really feel like making anything right now because we'll be here all day as I try to sculpt out an avatar. So we're going to use the system avatars that Second Life provide us with, the initial ones. And I was using the vampire lady Ileana only because I like her hair the most. And we're going to turn Ileana here into a bento and bakes on mesh avatar. And that means, fixing her hands up, getting rid of the paddles, smoothing her out, carving her up, all the stuff. So I'm going to take off all her clothes and her outfits so that we just have her pure, naked body here. So we're going to get rid of her Second Life paddles, fix those cankles, smooth out her body, carve her up, and carve in body details into herself, as well as giving her fingers, the bento treatment, and make her mouth move and our eyes blink and all that fun stuff. So the first thing we need to do is create an avatar. We did that by applying it on here. Actually, let me fix this real quick and refresh on this side because I am not seeing any of your comments or anything. I know it's streaming, but I'm not seeing anything. So let's see. Okay, see, I knew there were some comments coming through. I just wasn't seeing them. Alright, can you apply the same concept to pre-existing mod avatar as well? Or is it only for creating your own? You can use mods and stuff. You just have to export them out and attach it to the body, if that's what you mean. If you have an example, then please give me an example and I can ask. Like, hey, Trial, it's been forever. Where you been, man? Oh, hey, Tea Cake. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to start here while we wait for Zoe to give me an example, and then we'll try to probably recreate it if I can. But I don't have any, so I may just TP her over and, use that in there. As for example, one of those kind of things. But for now, we're just going to stay on track and keep working on Ileana here. Alright, so we have Ileana, and we're going to need to extract her everything, her shape, and I'm sure you can. Alright. We're going to TP Zoe on after, but I think that should be after this. But this one is creating from scratch. We'll do another one on how to edit mods and stuff like that. But for right now, we're going to create from scratch. Scratch. And then we're going to begin. Alright. So like I said before, we're going to take out her shape. So we're going to go to Avatar, Developer, Avatar, Parents to XML, and I'm going to save my thing again. No, it doesn't matter if your avatar uses SLUVs or non-SLUVs. You can make it into bakes on mesh. We did that with the, what's it called? Fudge. I can't think of what it's called. The Blade and Lynn. We made that one. Good voice. I see in your artwork. So oh, don't skip on work watching my garbage. Ah. Mm. Okay, your avatar can use SLUVs and non-SLUVs to work with bakes on mesh. As long as the texture you're applying to it works with the avatar you're applying it with, it'll work. Bro, that's the clearest as I've ever been able to explain it. For example, we have the Blade and Lynn. And I had a Lynn that was bakes on mesh. I did a tutorial, a live on that one. And the Blade and Lynn doesn't use the Second Life UVs. But you're able to turn it into bakes on mesh as long as it's separated into 3 parts. Oh my god, don't get me started on the Coco Dolls. I want to extract them. I tried contacting her to tell her I wanted to work on them with her, but she never replied back to me. And I can't tell if they're discontinued because they have like Coco Doll discontinued. So I'm like, are the dolls discontinued? Because I don't mind making a dev kit and bakes on meshing them, doing all that jazz, because I love those ball joint dolls. I was actually going to steal them, but then I was all like, nah, apparently people know them, so I can't just rip it off. The only requirement I would say that you need for bakes on mesh is that your body is separated into 3 materials minimum. The lower, upper, and your head, because bakes on mesh will automatically alpha out the Second Life body underneath it. Yeah, it'd be better that way because you can buy more skins. But if you are, using the Genesis, not Gen, is it called Genesis, right? The Daz bodies, the one that all have that same kind of outlay, people can customize them and just put those on. But if you want one where it has more skins on it, then yeah, Second Life UVs is the way to go. Like I was saying, the best way to go is to break it down into 3 parts. You have your lower, your upper, and your head, because Second Life will bakes on mesh automatically alphas out the Second Life body underneath the mesh avatar, because if you were to put on the invisible body avatar, it will blank out the whole body, in the mesh included, because it's supposed to work with alphas and things like that. So you have to tell Second Life which body part is what body part, so it knows what to alpha it out. So if you have something that is like pre-existing and it's all on, the texture applies onto one face, like let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, so here is my Blade and Lynn. And if I was to turn it as is into bakes on mesh, I would have to select this face, this face, this face, this face, that face, all of these faces that are here. And try to switch it to bake. But I can't do it because I'm not wearing it. So this would alpha out automatically, and this would be the lower body, and this would be the upper body, and then, well, you know what, damn it, go watch the non-SL tutorial on that. We did that. This is showing you how to make it. I never can stay on topic. Sorry, I heard a weird sound coming from the back of my house. Must be the husband. Anyway, we got her shape, and now we have to extract her skin. Now, like I said before, you're going to need a copybot viewer so you can extract the skins, unless you made them. So here are all of the materials that I'm using in this tutorial, and here is the Hydra website. So there's the Hydra website. There's all the plugins and all the what you call it stuff I'm using, so you can follow along. And now we just have to extract her skin so that we can use it as a guide, so we know where to cut and sculpt on her body. Okay, so I'm going to click on her, and I'm going to Hydra Storm, and I'm going to do the avatar textures, and then I'm going to copy all to local, and it brings it all up. Now when Firestorm changed the code, and with Linden Labs there, we can view the baked textures, but the baked textures don't exactly like to save. So if you're on yourself, then you would use the primary textures down here, not so much the baked textures, because the baked one will just get stuck in receiving. So just double click on your upper body, save as ping, because ew, TGA. If it makes it easier for you, you could just type in what part it is. So I would just type upper, but I don't care. So here's the upper, the lower, and the PJ, all in the face. Okay. So we got all of those textures that we need to make the body, and that's pretty much it for Second Life right now. So now we would go into our Blender, and I'm using 2.79 and Avatar 2 Release Client 7. That's my favorite one. And then we're going to import our Second Life skeleton in. So here, shape as Avatar, and we're going to go to our project folder, which is BOM female, and I'm just going to select one of these. Now before you double click and select it all, you want to press this box that says use quads, because it turns, yay, I got a refund. It turns your avatar into quads. Now you guys know what my name is. And now you see we have Ileana in here and all her Linden Lab default glory. Now before, what makes us different from what I did before in our last video is that I said, you know, it's okay, it's fine, the rigging is already done, all we have to do is just, you know, sculpt it up and then export. Nope. No, I got it. eBay gave me a refund because I got this new computer and it came with a 2 terabyte hard drive, but the hard drive got damaged during transit and I had to use my old one. And I'm like, I only got 1 terabyte. I wanted two. So the people there were really nice about it, and they gave me a refund to buy a new hard drive. So like, yay, customer service. Okay, so let's set up our work environment. We have her in here. We're going to have to set up our texture window. So like before, just take your cursor up to the corner, create a new window, and there we go. We have a UV section over here. And let me see, what else we have to do? Create a window, have our avatar. We're going to click on our body, and if you try to press tab, they're going to give you a nag screen. Actually, you guys, hang on 1 second. I can hear the hubby calling me, so I need to go see what he's complaining about. I'll be right back. Woo! I wish I had some, like, away music. Let's see. I'll be right back. elevator. Okay. That's some elevator music for you. I just don't feel like a real tutorial if I don't have headphones on. Alright, and we're back. Thanks for waiting. Sorry about that. So, we were going to start making the body moddable. But if you try to edit the default Avatar skeleton meshes, Avatar will give you a warning telling you that, the Avatar meshes can't be edited. Go into the tool shelf and freeze it and do all that stuff. So what you want to do is make sure that you are not in edit mode when you press the freeze, because that's what they're telling us to do. We have to freeze the meshes and turn them into usable, workable meshes and not Avatar meshes. Thank you. But if you were to freeze the meshes while in edit mode, it freezes you in edit mode for some reason, and you can't get out without resetting Blender and starting over again. So the best way to avoid that is to make sure that you are not in edit mode when you are going into freeze mode. So now that we're out of edit mode and back into object mode, we're going to click on the body and go into the Avatar panel, and we're going to go to tools, keep on going until this part where it says freeze shape. Now the original is the original Avatar meshes, and we're just going to keep that on hide. And I have found that I like to turn off the sliders. I usually have the sliders on, but I found that causes problems when you go to move the bones around, in case you have to move bones around. So I just turn the sliders off. Like, this is the shape, deal with it. And you're just going to do that for all of the other parts. Click on them and then freeze select it. You want to do it for everything, even the eyes. So just click on the body and push it over to another layer, just to get it out of the way, to make it easier to select. So we're going to select the body and press M and then 3, because why not layer 3? What's this one? Let me just send this over to 3. Yeah, that's weird. Yes, weird stuff always happens. Okay, so these are Avatar meshes. Oh, I had it on keep. I forgot to put it on hide. Durr, that's my fault. Let me try this over again. I love these dry runs. Because if I would have had the other one, this would have been a whole problem. Like, oh wait, pause the tutorial. Let's start over. I made no mistakes. So do that again. Okay. So this, and then we're going to Avatar. We're going to tools, hide, hide, hide. And we have upper lower this one. And I'm going to put it on layer 2. And we're going to get in the eyes, because, it's good to have eyes as an option. You can make eyes based on mesh. But not, you can do the same for eyelashes. But, who uses them? I'm just going to throw them down into the junk layer, where I always do it. I'm also going to select the skeleton, and I'm going to move it to the layer underneath the first one. This will make it easier for us to work on here without the skeleton getting in the way. Okay, so next thing we need to do is to join the body. But before we join it, we're going to assign each one of these their own material. This will make it easier for us to apply the skin texture onto it, as well as assign their baked location. So we're going to click on the pelvis and start here, and we're going to go into edit mode. I'm going to turn on the screencast so you can see what buttons I'm pressing. One of these damn days, it's been like how many years of this channel and I still keep forgetting to turn on the screencast. Okay. So I'm going to select the bottom, and we're going to go into edit mode. And I'm going to go to the materials. And you see it already has a material on it. Each one of these parts is all linked to one material. Just the same material, which is bad. Because if we were to import it into Second Life, we would need one. All of this would be the same thing. Which is, bad. So we're going to give each part its own material. So select tab. Go to material. And we're going to create a new material, and we're going to name it because that'll make it easier for us to select it when we need it. So this is going to be named lower, and we're going to hit assign. Then we're going to do the same thing for the upper. So create a new one, upper, and hit assign again just because. And then we're going to select our head and create our new face. And name this head. And hit assign again. Now each part has its own material. We're going to select them. And we are going to... Oh, wait. Something I learned when I was doing my latest body is that we're going to select the lower legs. And we are going to give the feet their own material. So we're going to select this button right here. This keeps UV sync button. And we're going to press C and do the circle select because I find that more enjoyable than a box. And I'm going to select the face select. And we're going to select all the parts that make up the feet. Ew, bug. Ah, that's a big bug! Ugh. Where did my bug spray go? Sorry, our house is in that stage where we're exterminating the bugs, so they're in their death throes. And God, that's a big bug. All right, professional mode back on. Let me rub my arm some more because it was on my arm. Okay. Now we're back in professional mode. So now that we have our feet selected, we're going to create a new material and select that. And we're just going to name this feet. Stop laughing, y'all. I'm trying to be professional here. I'm trying to regain my composure. So we have feet, and that's going to help us out later. So now we can go and join the body together. So we have the lower, the upper, and the head, and we're going to join them and make it all one. And then we're going to go into edit mode and press A a couple times to select the whole body. And we're going to press, I want to say W, and then remove the doubles. Removing the doubles allows us to use the sculpting tools without it blowing up. So like, let's say we didn't remove the doubles. We go back a step when they're all in pieces, and we join it like this. And then we go and use sculpt, right? And let's say we try to smooth. You'll see that when we smooth, we get this hole in the body. That's because the doubles are tearing apart at the seam. Wait. Let's go back into object mode. So if we go back into object mode when we first joined it, and then we remove the doubles, right? We can go into sculpt mode, and you sculpt around here, and you see no tearing. Yeah. So that's why we remove the doubles. So I'm going to go back into object mode and go back and remove the doubles one more time. And here we go. Another thing I would love to do is go back into the modifier tab and want to get rid of the welding modifier. Just get that out of here because that F's stuff up. Alright, now we have our body and she's ready to be worked on. We need to add in our textures that we have, her skin, so that we can see what we're working with. You don't want to sculpt on the body without a texture on there, because you might, let's say you might put dents and dots and things where there are no dents and dots. For example, we may look at this and be like, okay, her belly button should be right here, and then we put a dot, like a dent in here for her belly button, but when we put the texture on it, her belly button is down here. So then we got like, oh no, her belly button. So that's why we want to put the texture on there first and then start sculpting. So let's add that texture. So we're going to go into edit mode, and it may look scary because this is all of the UVs combined, but because we did the prep work and created the materials for it, we can just select what we want. So I'm going to select head, and the head faces are activated. We just need to go to our project folder and select her head. Oh no, we don't see any textures. What did we do wrong? Nothing. We forgot to check the box that says texture solid. And you want to make sure you're in Blender render for this, because if you are in cycles, it won't work. So make sure you're in Blender render, and then that'll work. And you want to turn on back face culling as well, because that's how Second Life sees things. Alright, so let's go back into our avatar, and we're going to select the upper and select again. And we're going to go back to our project folder. Now if you find yourself having to keep navigating to your project folder, you can save yourself some time by saving inside your project folder. And make sure you press the compress, because that'll make it, smaller, the file smaller. So now when we go into, let's see, her lower, select that, open, it opens up inside of our project folder. So we turn on our feet, and we're going to do the same thing for our feet. Okay. So now she's set, all ready to be jazzed up. So I'm going to press save, so we don't have to do this again. And you want to make sure, something else I learned, that when you go to external data, you check this box that says pack all into blend, and this will pack all the textures that you used into the blend file. So when you save it and you have to give it to people, you will give it to them with the textures already onto it. Or when you open it up, the textures are still there. So that makes it like this. So when you send out your dev kits to people, it doesn't just look like this. It'll look like this. I don't know. Stuff like that makes me happy. Alright, now this avatar is too low poly for us to really get a good result with. So I want to subdivide it one time. So I'll go into the modifiers, and I add the subdivision surface, so subsurf. And that gives it up a little bit more. So now she's kind of high, but she's good. And I want to apply it. Alright, so now she's ready. She's got the faces. We can start letting our artistic side go. So now we just go into sculpt mode, and we just start smoothing out those annoying Second Life parts, like this neck crease thingy here for some reason. Oh wait, I'm blowing it up so to smooth it out. We should turn back on that elevator music and have it go while we work. Makes it a little more. Now I like to have my symmetry on X while I'm doing this, and I just smooth it out, turn it up high. And you want to get in the face. That's always the worst. Oh, you ever notice that when you're trying to zoom in, it goes through the head? You can just press numpad 5. And you can zoom in as close as you want without it going through your face. So we have our stuff here, and we just smooth out her face. Now she's got cheeks, so she's got high cheekbones, so we'll have to add those back in later. But for right now, we're just going to smooth out these second life cheekbones, and we'll use some high grade blender filler to get it in there, like get it nice. So I like to just like smooth it all out as much as I can. Get out those neck folds. But I think it might be a vampire thing. Do vampires have gills? Is that a thing now? Alright, she's got cheekbones, so we can puff out her face a bit here. But the thing is, you don't want to give your avatar too much face that it creates creases in here. Otherwise, we just might as well use the regular Second Life face. If you need another angle to look at, you can go into your material tab on the side here, texture, and switch it into a 3D view. Turn on the texture solid. And you can look at it in num5. So you can look at it while you're working. I like to use the crease sometimes and give her a more defined nose. It also helps if I turn the strength up too. It's basically a matter of like chiseling and smoothing out. Chisel, smooth, chisel, smooth, chisel, smooth. One thing I also learned that people like is if you give them like a nose. So select your vertex, and select the middle point here inside the nose, and make sure that your proportional editing is disabled. And you just pull it up. And nose holes. Like without nose holes. With nose hoses. It makes it better, more realistic, I guess. Now, you feel like her nose is too narrow, like she needs more of the squishy thingy here. You can use the blob, and you can just put on some schnoz until it looks right. You don't want to do it too much, or else it looks like somebody just threw on some nose. So I don't know. I think this is where the it's art thing comes in. So you want to give creases and you want to smooth it out. I remember my friend with a very firm face. She's like, I want a lady. I want you to redo my face. I want you to give me a jaw and I want a cleft chin. Which was like, okay, so you want a man's jaw and a butt chin. Gotcha. You can also do that if you want to by using the grab. You can pull out her face if you think it's too narrow. You can pull it out and give more chin. If you feel like the head is in too much, just push it in. See, it's no big deal. But the thing you got to worry about, though, is that when you're working with the forehead area up here, and if you push it in or pull it out anyway, you got to remember that the eyes may poke out. So I'm going to hold down shift and I'm going to select 1. And those are going to be our eye base. So you got to remember, those are where the eyes are. You don't want to push it in without it. And the next thing you know, your eyes are poked out like that. So always when you're working with the upper part of your face, make sure you have some eyes in. And yeah, you should be good. Okay, so she has the face, she has the eyes. And now we have to work on her body. which is my favorite. Like, but apparently butt chins are in. I got a number of requests for people to get the nice butt chin, and I was kind of surprised. But hey, what do I know? Alright, boobies are fun. I don't know how to do nipples. I don't know how to carve those in, because if you look at this, it's not a nice circle like they would normally be on things. But I figure people already have an abundance of nipples on the marketplace that they can just slap on there, and that those nipples do things. So even if I carve in some nipples, people be like, oh, they don't lactate, or I can't do this, and they don't shoot like laser beams, and then they got to put it on top of it, and then it's a issue. So I tend to just leave the nipple area alone. Yes, I want to. I'm glad somebody else seen that movie. It's not just me. Alright, so when it comes to boobies, right, you want to first smooth out the whole area. We're going to carve away all the second life boob thingies and get a nice shape here. John. Then I'm going to use crease, and I just say it's just a nice smiley face underneath it to accentuate that there are boobs there, like this, and it makes them kind of stick out. But we're left with this smiley thing here, so let's just grab the smooth brush and kind of curve under it. Now you want to curve under, like in a smile. Smile. You don't want to just flatten it out across like this, or you risk erasing the marks you did. So now we have, breasts. Yay, breasts. But if you want to give them like a more natural shape, you would use the blob, which, we still have to thank Gab for that every time, for teaching us that, because before we would use the inflate brush, and because, I want to make boobies bigger, inflate them, that makes the most sense, right? But when you inflate them, like so, oh well, that actually came out pretty nice, but it doesn't always come out that nice. You want to use the blob. Yeah, and that gives it kind of a more down and out and over like that. So blob is the way you want to go. If you want cleavage in here instead, you would just, I think that would be blob, inflate. Yeah, inflate in the middle gives you cleavage. Blob gives you mass. She's a vampire, so she should have cleavage. So that's built-in cleavage right there. Now this is where we cheat, like all the way, not even being original here. And we use the skin. Now you see, if you get a good skin, like this is an okay skin, it's not a great skin, but it's a good enough skin, you would use the crease tool, and you would carve along the lines that you see inside here. And this makes abs, because you want to make this like kind of fake ribs. And if the strength is too much, don't worry, just turn it down. So we're going to follow this trace all the way to like the stomach. Oops, too much. And then you want, this line right here, because that's apparently sexy. And then you want to start going into the vaginal area, and you want to put a V here and create that. Carve that in. And then you just smooth it out. So carve and smooth, carve and smooth. You want it all to look delicate. You don't want it to be harsh. Like, it's there, and you notice it when you look, but it's not like, vaginal lines, stuff like that. You can also use pinch, which kind of makes me feel weird saying pinch the vaginal area. And you're going to hit smooth. the belly button, same thing. But the thing about belly buttons is it's not like noses where you can just grab it and then pull it in like that. Oh, well it is. All right. Well, make sure your belly button's straight when you're pulling it back. Just hoof. So now it's got a belly button. But if you feel like it's not quite right, we can use the knife tool and just add some ridges in here. Oh, enter. So you use the knife tool by pressing K, because K starts with knife. Knife starts with K. And this would just give it like that. But I like the last one, so let's put it back. This is a bad example. Damn, I done broke her belly button. What's going on over there? How did she turn pink? I meant for that to happen. Just showing you what happens if you try to play with the knife tool. Don't touch the knife tool if you don't need it. So how far back do we go? Alright, so let's get into the veg area. Alright. The legs. The legs are like, I don't know. Depends on how you like your legs. I always like to smooth around the knee part because those are like telltale second life avatar signs is the legs. So you want to smooth out there and you want to get rid of the cankle. So do that until the legs have swollen down. And you want to use our crease again and put a dent here and a dent here around the knees. And then I like to inflate it a little bit so it gives you sort of power kneecaps where groins won't stand a chance. But if that's too much knee for you, you can always use the flat and what you call it. There you go. This area here often gets me in trouble. It's better to do it if you have a texture that has a vaginal entrance here, like something with lips or something. You get part so you can know where to split. That's the best way I can say, so you know where to split it. But basically, we could just create like that up top. And it's up to you to pretty it up from here. Normally I have a texture with something here so I know how it looks with a skin, but this is a default second life skin, so we got nipples but we don't get that. No veg. So I'm gonna smooth it, and you can even use the sculpt draw and draw some lines here if you want. Now for my avatars, if you ever notice, this area is always got more faces on it than anything else, because I always need an extra bit of faces to draw more detail into it. Like I want pretty, it's not too much to wish for pretty lips, you know. I want, something nice and pretty that would look nice if I was to make a pair of underwear and have it cling closely to the body. I would like a nice pair of lips or something there. That's just artsy. But it ain't necessary. It's just a personal thing for me. I remember my friend who's on here, Tea Cake, if she's in here still, it's like no flower, no life. I want a full sculpted blah blah blah. And I'm like, I ain't got that much skill. A split is fine enough. So I would just subdivide here. Besides, like I said, everybody pretty much goes to the marketplace and buys those vaginas that are in the system, and they got systemized this and that. So nobody uses the default one anyway. So you're just making something that looks nice. Or in this case, somebody just got out the shower. And there's a crease around here. Woof, somebody just got busy. It's difficult without some reference here. Anyway, good enough. There's a split here. So I'm sure it'll look fine once we put the texture in. Alright, so I'm gonna run the smooth along her hips because I abused the smooth feature. Just cause. Okay, now we're on the back side. I gotta crack my knuckles with this. So we have the back, and we're gonna pretty much do like we did with the boobies. We're just gonna make a nice smiley face under here, and you wanna start from here and you wanna bring it up like a happy butt. Just a happy smiling butt. Or if you're doing like, think about the cat face, like, you know, the whoop cat face, kind of like that. That's pretty much what we're going to do with the butt. So you want to take your crease and you want a smiling butt. There we go. And that gives you the boots. I'll try that again. A little more force. Nice smiling butt. Too big, too big, too big. Here we go. Smiling cheeks, smiling cheeks. And remember, if you get too much edge on there, you just grab the smooth and you smooth it out here. Now, you don't want your butt to have edges. So we just grab our blob. I could put on a different skin, but that would defeat the purpose of using the Second Life thing now, wouldn't it? So yeah, you just, no flat butts. You want to give her there. Just a quick peck with the blob, and there your butt's smoothed out. You find you still got butt shells, you can just keep smoothing and adding until your butt looks fine. There we go. You want to get underneath the thighs here. Alright. Whoa, what's going on with that? There we go. Now we gotta do the back stuff. So we do the crease again. I like this song. You want to make nice small, and you want to dent into her back like this and give her shoulder blades, and again, deep indent, smooth out. And it looks like we undid it, but it's actually there. Now this part requires us to turn off our symmetry, and we're going to turn our sharp thing strength up pretty high. So we're going to turn the crease up, strength up high, make sure the symmetry is off, and we're going to give her a spinal thingy. All the way down the back, like from the back of the neck on down. Now if you got wobbly hands like I do, you can actually just select the line going, oops, bubble butters. you can actually just select this line going down the spine into the butt. Press C and hold in your middle mouse and erase the lines here. And then you could just push it in for the same effect. But it goes a little deep. So I can do one or two things. We can use pinch, turn the radius up, not that far up, but a little less. And just go down the middle like that. Or you can just smooth it. Oops, too much smooth. Softly smooth and feather it out. So you got the line, but it's not like line. I prefer the pinch. It looks like she's got one of those spinal thing, like a robot indent, like there should be something going there. So soften that up a bit. Just a bit. There you go. So that it's there, but not like there. What's up next? Just put the dents here on the side of her legs. Let's turn our symmetry back on. And right there. If you want to give her more thighs or anything, again, you can use the inflate and the bubble. So all of that looks okay. Nice dirty lady. Yeah. And now she's ready. Oh yeah, I forgot her hands. You can chop off these and just put on some regular designer hands, but I don't mind the Second Life hands because they remind me of my hands. If you remember that omake from before. Only stupid people like Dave have beautiful slink hands in real life. So I just select it and then I press smooth. Well, turn the smooth up. And there you go. Not chubby, regular Second Life hands with a wrist. Alright, so there we go. We have our avatar lady in here. She's been smoothed up, smoothed out. Ready to work. Now what's left? Rigging. Now before, in my other video, when I had first did the system avatar to bento, I would say, oh, it's already rigged for you, you can update it, just put it in. No, that's bad. The avatars looked fine to start with, but in the end, they weren't very good at all. So let's show you what I mean. When we move, mostly it's up here in the chest. Look at that. Aha! Die, bug. So this is how it looks when you move the chest area, and you can see that's actually pretty bad. And that's not good either. We're gonna have to pretty much re-rig the body. Only thing that we are not going to touch, and trust me, it'll save you, is the face weight. We don't want to mess with that because nobody feels like rigging that garbage. So let us begin the next step in correcting the weights. Before we can begin, we need to alright, what we need to do is we need to take off the head. And this is why I said we needed to have the head on its own material. One of the benefits of that. So I'm going to find the head, and I'm going to select it, and we're going to press P, and we're going to take it off. That way the head has all its normal head weights, and we don't got to worry about it. Also, we want to save, because saving is for champions. So now we're going into weight. Press A a couple times to select all the bones. Then we go to weight, and then we're going to assign automatic from bones. This is going to take a minute, so we're just going to do this so we know when it's done. Let's go back to listen to some elevator music and engage in some small talk. What is that anyway? Oh, me maker. Oh, it's done. I'm so used to my old computer. I forgot new one fast. Alright, so now when we move, it moves a little weird, but it's better than it did before. Don't worry, we'll fix it. Look how that bends. Much better than we had before. Now there's some bone parts we're gonna have to get rid of, because trust me, later on they'll be a pain. Like, it seems like a good idea, but at the same time it's like, no. Right. So I would, when I'm working on these shopping and walk part, okay. Ah, that is nice. Alright, so there are a couple bones that I would like to get rid of. Damn bug spray. First is the right and left handle. I want to get rid of these weights. Now, yeah, that did jack us up a little bit here in the back, but don't worry, we'll fix it. We want to get rid of the spine, spine 1, spine 2. I want to say lower back, but I'm not sure. I don't really like using the M spine through 1 through 3s on here. I feel like, 1 is fine. Remove unused vertex groups, make it easier for me. Not sure about groin, but no tail weight on your body. You don't want that, because if anybody uses a tail animation and wags their tail, your butt will be wagging up there too. Or when you go to rig your garments to it and a tail animation goes, then the garment will wag with the tail too. So you don't want that on your body. All those look good. Alright, now that we have those on here, it's time to begin the correctional weight. Alright, now I don't think I have to say that this is wrong, so we're going to fix it. Well, I'd like to do is select the leg, right? And stretch it out like this. Then I go into weight paint, and I turn the weight down to nothing, and have the radius kind of small, and just slowly roll it over and click, kind of like pet down until it looks right. This is kind of challenging, and you want to make sure that there's no leg weight on the groin, because your groin don't switch like that. How to make it on? I'm sorry, but why are you misleading the viewers on how to make a BOM avatar? If all you're doing is sculpting a mesh body that is gonna be later skin capable, is BOM some new what? This is how you make a BOM avatar. Ah, damn it, Norwegian. Alright, so let's see. Who is this person? Why are you misleading the viewers with how to make a BOM avatar if all you're doing is sculpt a mesh body that is going to later be later skin compatible for her? I don't understand this question. This is how you make a mesh body, not how you make a BOM avatar. Let's see. What's the best way to describe this? This is how you make a mesh avatar that is BOM from scratch. Because if I simply say how to make a BOM avatar, then the tutorial would be over in like 3 minutes. If you watch the beginning of the tutorial when we first started, I was telling everybody that this is how I made my avatars. That's pretty much the focus of it, is how I made my avatar, my Bakes on Mesh avatar. But if you are anxious and you want to see how to make a avatar BOM, I don't mind taking a quick break and showing you. My region is down because of stuff. So I'm gonna go jump to somewhere else. Hey, Quinn. You know, getting attacked by bugs and trolls. Alright, so, here is my avatar, and she is Bakes on Mesh. You can tell she is Bakes on Mesh as whenever I use an alpha on this mesh avatar, you will see that it complies with the command and alphas itself out. Now, if you would like to make your avatar capable with this system, all you have to do is the following. First, create a mesh avatar that is broken down into 3 sections. Let us get an avatar that has that. Wait, what did I name this body? Find original. Okay. First, you need to create a mesh body that you would like to create into Bakes on Mesh. Then you want to make sure that the body is broken down into 3 segments, or 2, top and bottom. This will make it easier for you to assign which layer does respond to what Bakes on Mesh session, as I said in the beginning of this video. I've also learned that having the head on separate makes it easier to select. 2. Put on the body that you want to Bakes on Mesh. To BOM. Wear the body. As you see, the body is on the avatar. However, the Second Life avatar is clipping through the body that we want to be based on mesh. Yes. Since the body has multiple faces, one here and one down there, we can select which face we want to correspond with the based on mesh system. We are going to start with the upper body by selecting this material, then going into the texture. Once we have the texture selected, we can select texture window and we can choose baked. You can only apply baked on mesh textures to the body. You can only make the body baked on mesh if you are wearing the body. If you res it onto the ground, then it won't allow you to select it and make it baked. So we're going to wear our body, go into texture, select the upper body, and then select bake from the menu. And from there, we're going to assign it a baked on mesh port. We're going to use upper so that this upper part of our avatar corresponds with the upper bakes. And you see when we do that, Second Life automatically alphas out the Second Life system avatar and says that this is the new upper. And then we do the same thing with the lower part by selecting baked and then choosing lower. And it's alphaed out. We do the same thing to the feet. The feet. The feet. There we go. And we also make it lower. There you go. So there you have it. Your avatar is now baked on mesh compatible. So if we were to select any kind of skin, you see the skin is applied to the body like we wanted it to do. That's a man's skin. And the female skin. Ta-da! And that's how you make a baked on mesh avatar. Now we can resume our previous selected tutorial where we were showing how to make it from scratch. That'd be nice. So let's go back to our clothes, body parts, clothing, initial outfits. That skin looks good on her. I guess that's what she looked like before the vampirism kicked in. Okay. So, back to here. Before I was all rudely interrupted and stuff. Just gonna do some weight correction. And is it on space again? Yeah. You want to make sure that your stroke is on airbrush. That makes it a lot easier, in my opinion. Make sure nothing's pulling with it. Trying to send a rig to Secular Gianni rig in this day for a minute. Did you run the script for that? Make sure you watch the tutorial I did on that all the way and follow the instructions. Okay. So you want this to move. Now it's pointing out, which is bad. So we have to use our anchor weight, which is the pelvis, preferably in pelvis. And smooth out the leg. Yeah, I can't help you with Maya. You're on your own with that. Tell you guys this over and over again. This is a blender household. Get out of here with that Maya. Yeah, don't fuss too much with it. I mean, you can always check and see with the skin on if it looks right. See? Yeep! You always want to make sure you check that butt. So let's try it again. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm too stupid to understand Maya. Plus, I just don't like it. It's so weird. Like, E is to rotate instead of R. How weird is that? Alright. So I use sparkle, so I'm going to sparkle it up on this side too. Mirror. And the only thing you can't mirror is the pelvis, which sucks. So we're just gonna pet some weight. Look at your butt. Okay. Thank you. You want to see how it looks when they sit? Fix that. Just pat on a little weight. You know what I wish? That they let you have different modes while you're working on this. Like, if I could have weight paint and regular one. Well, then that'd be great. It might be too much pelvis here. That's why it's dipping so deep. So I'm just try erasing some pelvis weight here. Goodness. The butt is always the one that gives me the most grief. Oh, no. Just make sure you're doing it on the right leg. Turn the fire down some more. You know, I didn't think about it, but what if we try... Oh. Well, there we go. It turns out when it comes to the butt, there's no leg weight back there. Alright. I like to have some here, but we'll see. Basically, we're just gonna keep playing around with the butt until it works right. I think like that's the most challenging part of rigging a body and doing it from scratch, is getting the butt weight right. Honestly, I think I would have probably moved the legs in a little more, like the bones up. When I was studying how to work with butts, my husband kept saying, go look at some porn. Just Google butts. Or go watch some ladies doing squats or something. I'm like, I don't want to sit here looking at ladies do squats. So I asked him to keep doing squats. And I kept walking around the house putting stuff on the floor and asking him, can he go get it for me? And watching him as he walked across the room and bend over or have the lean and do stuff like that. I'm like, well, what good is having a husband if you can't experiment on him, huh? But that doesn't look very pleasant, does it, though? Like this. What's causing it? Oh. Hmm. Yeah. That's progress, baby. It's got to be painful. So usually like this. Now you could cheat if you already rigged a couple bodies and you got one that's in a similar shape. You could just copy the weights from A and B and let that be done with it. And if, all in all, if it don't look right, you can always just go back and sculpt it. Just grab it real quick, sculpt and smooth it out, and let that be that. But when you do that, when you go back, sometimes your butt may have a dent in it or something, a nasty dent. So you don't want to rely on that. Yeah, good enough. So let's just copy the weights over. Oops. Okay. Legs, all of that. All done? All done. Now we gotta deal with her shoulders here. Hang on one second. And for the love of God, if I don't put this fan over towards me. Oxygen. Alright. That feels so much better. Alright, now shoulders. I've always had a problem with shoulders. I'm not even gonna lie and pretend that I don't. I don't know where the arm should start to bend. So with my avatars, I always tend to take the shoulder and the clavicle and that bone and move them in closer so that the pivot point is right here instead of over here. And then because I don't really like the way this curves in. So I guess I could try weight painting it. This is actually something I was having a problem with recently on another body that I was working on. Also, I want to remove the weight underneath the arms, like this, so that when you bend the arm, the side of the body doesn't collapse in with it. It could be the new clavicle thingy here. Let's reduce it a bit. What in the hell is that? We don't want her to have shoulder pads, jeez. Weak shoulders. I don't know. I always had a problem with this. This is also why my art has very slopey shoulders. So I guess at this point it's really up to you how you want your avatar's shoulders to be. Should they be wide or should they be weak? Can't really look at myself as an example. I'm one of them wide shoulder gals. Broad shoulder gals. So I'm just going to tap it a bit. I guess this is something I should work on explaining better, but I don't know how, so... I guess that's good enough. Probably be one of them good times to brush up on the anatomy books. Do they look the same? There we go. Hopefully they put you in a good direction and not the bad one. Let's see. Sculpt. Wait, paint. Boobies are okay. Personally, I prefer. Move it back out a bit. That's where it was originally. But I guess you're right. Like I said, I don't know much about the shoulder area. This is like between this and the butt. These are the two things I always had problems with when it comes to rigging. That does look a lot better. Thank you, Mitch. Okay. Sculpting sort of the boobs, boobies. I want to keep the boob weights on the boobs, because if we don't, when we jiggle, all of that, your ribs and stuff is jiggling with it. You want to watch out for little errors like that. But then again, a little rib jiggle won't kill nobody. And then just you know what? I think I just give her regular jiggly ribs. She'll be fine. It's just the texture. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so body is rigged. All is well. Except for her feet. We have to give her some feet. Not these, like, Second Life pedals. So we gotta look in my computer real quick, and I know I got feet. Nah. That's my Final Fantasy stuff. I have so many feet. Can't find a single foot. Flat feet, no. We got roofs too. The guy who did that was kind enough to give me some feet. But his feet. You know what? I got it. We're gonna jack some feet from an avatar I already did. Feet. Nails. Head. Fingernails. Oh. So we're going to take these pretty feet and all her pretty toenails. Put them over here. Okay. I'm gonna import our feet. I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. Take the skeleton and chuck it over there. I don't feel like rigging again. So my feet are off. I knew it. I'm gonna link them together because it's easier to grab them that way. Join. Line up your toes. So your feet work. And now, remember when I said earlier that it was going to really help us out if we cut off. So we're going to go and cut off our feet. So we can go to the avatar. Oh yeah, turn this off because we don't need this. There we go. Okay, so we're back in edit mode. And we're going to select our feet. And then we're just going to press P in selection. And now our second life paddles are disconnected. Now it's time to attach our good feet to our body. So select your feet. Select your model. Join them together. Holy matrimony. Go into edit mode. And we're going to select the edges of our feet. These. So I'm holding down shift and select them again. And I'm just going to pull them down just a bit. So there's a nice little gap between the feet. Then I'm going to select the edges of here. And then I'm going to say bridge, edge loops. Oops. It's best to do it one at a time. If I can select it, jeez. So here, bridge, edge loop, merge. They snap together. Then we do the same thing over here. And merge. Now we have connected feet. Okay. We're going to select our new bottom feet here, which is on, whoops, all those extra materials. And we're just going to select this to feet. Assign that to feet. I'm going to get rid of that later. Oh yeah, I forgot I can't do that. Alright, so we have our feet. Select the feet and give them foot. So, oh, I think I just gave it boob. Huh, why are her feet pink? Actually, I'm just going to select it so I know that it's definitely that. There we go. So look, she's got pretty lady feet now and toenails. I'm going to save because we haven't done that in a while. And if you want, you can put fingernails on her, but I don't feel like it. because the feet are already rigged. You see, we don't have to re-rig them. And now we have our avatar all done, on ready. Oh, one thing we have to definitely test if they're all that re-rigging is the neck. Don't want that. So what we do is we select the body, select the head, join it, press A a couple times until it's all highlighted, remove the doubles again, move her head, all's fine. Then we're going to select the head again and detach it, because it's when you have the head on attached to it. Two things are bad about that. One is that it's difficult to select when you're wearing it. It's easier to select it when you can take the head and attach it to another attachment point and be able to select it that way. And two, if you plan on making an avatar where people can put on multiple mesh heads, it's better to have the body on one part and they can put on a different head if they want to. Now what? Take our head, take our body, and I think our pretty feet are attached. Oh, we got to clear off all those extra weights. So, because when we attach the head and the body together, we added in all the face bones to the body and all the body bones into the face. And Second Life don't support all of that. So we just have to run our remove unused vertex script right here on the head and on the body. And now we can import without getting any grief from Second Life. So now we just export. Wait, what? What happened? Why didn't it want to do that? All the vertices in your mesh. One vert with a sum of 0. Ugh. Alright. One vertice has one thing. So is it this one? No, it's not the head. Okay. So one vertice in this entire workup has a 0 weight on there. So we're going to go into weight paint. Go to Avatar. I'm going to check this so that we can see everything. Then we're going to see unweighted. 0 weights. Let's see. Who's glowing yellow? You are. So this tiny little vertice right here has 0 weights. But, alright, so I'm going to here. Torso. Oh, these are still here? Get out of here. I'm going to hide these bones because I don't like them and I don't need them. Alright, so this is the back. So I'm just going to select the M torso bone. And I'm going to click on this and go to weight paint. And weight and then there. Now it has weights. Hit save again. I don't feel like doing that again. Alright. Body. No questions, no nothing? Everybody quiet? Alright, here we go. So this is Ileana. This is Ileana before her Bakes on Mesh update. And I'm going to include joints only because I scooted her joints around up there. Let's just make it work. Okay. So now that we have it in, I'm going to res it and we're going to take off her head. Because like I said, we need to make that different. She does have quite the rump on her now, don't she? I didn't notice it, but she does have quite the butt. Alright, so I like to attach the body I have to the avatar center. And her head, I like to try to use slots I think nobody uses. So avatar center is usually for bodies. And alt right eye. So as you see, we have it on, but it's not really doing anything. So what I'm going to do is select the mesh body. Now we have to wear it. Remember, you always have to wear the mesh in order to make it bakes. Second Life don't let you do it without it. I'm going to go to bake, select this, select face, select the upper, and baked upper. It's not looking good. Bake lower. I'm going to select the face, bake head, and you want to make sure that the body, so don't clip with nothing. What is that? Okay, because you can see the alphas of the hair is slicing through the body. So we need to select the body. And, oh, it's the feet. I'm like, why is it still saying white? I'm going to do the same thing with the feet. And bake lower. There we go. And you want to make sure you got alpha masking, and you just shoot it to any random number. And then you see that the hair ain't slicing through the body anymore. She does look a little skinnier than before. But that's, you know, that's what happens with the work. So that's how we turn a default Second Life avatar. System 1. We gotta do the same thing to the face, otherwise it glows. Into a baked on mesh avatar. Yeah. Now as you see, she's not blinking. And if she moves her mouth, I don't think I have a sync. Hopefully it won't go wonky. You see? She talks. And if we want her to blink, the IO. I think my IAO animation is too low for AO. Blink, damn you! Oh dear, the husband is up. Alright. Blink. I think that's the right one. And what else? Oh, okay, well, let's just prove her eyes work. She doesn't have to blink, but she can close them. See? I guess it would have helped if I did rig the eyelashes to the body now, right? That probably would have helped, but I didn't. So she can blink, she can do the thing. Let me put her in a pose. Here's her hands. Thanks to Gab for giving us the hand test. She can wiggle her, she's bento now. Now if you want, you can get swanky and you can put on some fingernails. So she'll be like one of them classy ladies. But honestly, I think her arms or children might be too wide for me. But that's just me. I'm used to like very slender armed young ladies, not strong armed vampires. toes are fine. And to test the motions, this person over there keeps looking at me, kind of creeping me out. Hope she don't crash me. For our box of obviously not stolen avatars. Alright, I may want to fix those arms some more, but maybe it'll work better if I didn't push the, what you call it. Wait, what was that? What's that? Oh no! Look, you see it? The triangle. I think her chest may have more weight down on her torso than it should, so it's causing her to mess up. So bad. We gotta fix that. Oh, but in the meanwhile, let's get some clothes on. We don't want to stand around here like, we're asking for something, especially if we're jiggling the jams. Oh wait, but before I do, we can jazz up our body by adding in some bumpy and shiny. Yep, that's the rib jiggle I was talking about. Nobody likes jiggly ribs. Alright, so we got bump. I usually just use skin shine. Default skin shine. Like the whole body, bro. Turn the glossiness up and maybe a little bit of environment. See, don't she look nice? Like one of them fancy lady avatars that you guys spend like thousands of L's on. But she's just a regular old Second Life gal. Nothing fancy. Look at that butt. Alright, I can't in good conscience leave the poor thing with rib jiggle, so let's dive back in the blender real quick. Alright, let's see. What's causing that error? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, an easy fix. Turn some weight. There we go. Alright, wait. No, stop it. There we go. Just give it a little more twist. You know what? Given her body, I probably would have moved her bones around a little more. I don't know. I'm only quitting because I don't really want to work with it anymore, but we can try it again. I'm gonna see what it looks like without the joint, include joint. I might be giving myself giant shoulders for no reason. That looks better. So I guess I didn't need to put the joint thing in there. There we go. That looks a lot better. Is her arm protruding? Did I not? I think. I don't know how to rig ladies. I'm used to rigging young girls. Oh well. There we go. Yeah. She's fine. She's okay. All is well. Her arms look a little skinny. I should have probably buffed them up. But I was worried that she wouldn't be able to fit her bangles anymore if I did that. Anyway. So what do you guys think? Done? Still that nice strong vampire jaw without the butcher. And if we type, she can still move her mouth. Whoa, she just blinked? She did blink. Let me take off her head. Yay, she's blinking now. And let's see, she dance. And it's a snaggle. Ain't nothing jigglier than a snaggle tooth. There you go. Let's go find her clothes. So you can put her corset dress back on. Well, they did have a point, so I couldn't get mad at them. I didn't write on the title, like, tutorial, how to make a BOM avatar from scratch. So I guess that was my fault. I was like, you know what, let's go steal her eyelashes and make them, bento. But I'm in the regular Firestorm. I'm not in Hydra. I still feel like I should fix her shoulder a little more, but I think that it's all around okay. Once I do that, I'd put it on the marketplace as a freebie, because it's a free avatar. And I'm sure there are some people who were wearing Eliana for a long time before, like, I can't bento it. So it's a gift for them. Yeah, that's that. I hope you don't get me like, oh, she's naked. I'm trying to put clothes on her. It just won't res. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of corset junk. Alright, wait, here's one. There we go. And put on her alpha. Well, her boobs are going to keep jiggling out of it because I don't think that the garment has, weights for that. It's supposed to be a corset. She's not supposed to be jiggling out of it. But don't you just feel happy for her? Like, yeah, girl, you're bento now. You're bomb now. As for the feet, however, yeah, we gotta kind of pose those down into there. Oh, let me clean that up. But that's it for this tutorial. This is pretty much how the official one is gonna go. Is there any questions or anything you wanted me to add into there that you would like? Wait. Okay, let me say this properly. That is pretty much it for this tutorial. This is how it's going to look when I finish it. Is there any questions you have or anything you would like me to add into the final tutorial that you think will improve it or make it better? Or is it fine as is? Or you think I should take some stuff out? Never. Like, my ultimate goal is to hopefully see more people create more bodies and add them to the freebie thing, because we got new people coming in and they need avatars and they shouldn't look like Roof. Plus it'll help you save some money, you know what I mean? This stuff is expensive. There is a bonus tutorial that I wanted to make. You're welcome. And that was putting in teeth. Because right now, I guess her teeth are okay. She's got vampire teeth. Yeah, her teeth are fine. I'll do a teeth tutorial later. Oh, and we can put on some nice skins. We can see what she looked like before she died. Oh, these are all default Second Life skins. I have no idea what this is. A bunch of skins I got from the old days. Morning, sugar. Look, I look like a Second Life lady from 2008. Tan and oily.
That's how they were.
I think I may have given her too strong of a jaw. I'm still doing the tutorial. And Even the mirror is attacking you. We were talking about how my friend asked me if I can give her avatar a more square jaw. And I was like, so you can stretch it out like this if you wanted to. But she wanted a jaw and a very strong chin. A cleft chin. Mm-hmm. I didn't give her the butt chin on this one. Yeah. That actually... Oh, so you know what I'm talking about. She wanted her avatar to be a gender bend of her male superhero avatar because she's on a superhero sim. So her character is usually a man, so she wanted the gender bend of it, but she wanted her to still have his Superman chin. Like, I want it to be a lady, and I still want that strong butt chin. And I was like, on a lady? Are you sure? She's like, just because he is now she doesn't mean she loses her mighty chin. So I was like, oh, okay, no problem, can do. Alright, see you later. Oh, jeez. So I got like a bunch of old skins I had back from when I was in the squad. And we rolled like that. And take off her extra eyelashes. Whoa! Put them back! Put them back! Alright, so nothing else to add. Everything is fine. We're all good. Great. I will start working on this later on today, and then we'll have a nice solid tutorial. I'm trying to get into the swing of making, what do you call those things? Text? I'm like, what are the things that's not words? Text tutorials, but those are kind of hard. So, well, there's that. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. And as you can see from the time, it only takes 2 hours to make yourself a Second Life avatar from scratch. Well, a Second Life bento avatar from scratch. So if you can spare 2 hours out of your day, you can make your own body and stuff like that. And you don't have to rely on, buying that designer crap. Paying 5,000 L for a body without a head. And this one you get a head and fancy feet. Clothes that mostly fit. Oh, I hate leaving you guys. It's so much fun. I'm like, yeah, I get to talk to people. But no. Yeah, it works for OpenSim. I heard you guys finally got Bakes on Mesh on OpenSim. So you can do exactly the same thing over there. E-body. Ah, crap! Sort of. Oh. Well, the process is different if you don't have bakes on mesh. I mean, sculpting it and turn it into a bento thing, all of that is still exactly the same. But when it comes to making, like the alpha HUD and things like that, then you got to go into chopping the body up into parts and then scripting it. Oh, it's so terrible. That's why I'm like, yay, Bakes on Mesh, it's the best. For this very reason. Because all you have to do is just wear an alpha. Let me see. This is on the sweater alpha. See? Alpha. Can you edit this hair? No. I don't know if I have any hair that would look nice on her. Any blonde? I had some of my truth hair. Probably my hair. Oh, I see. Alright, I guess I should go. We have the husband here, and I need to harass him before he goes to work. Otherwise, how would he know I care? Oh, honey, I told them about how when I was trying to study butts and how I had you bend over and kept putting stuff on the floor, asking you to get it for me. Oh, this is my hair. Oh wait, imitate tea cake. I don't know, the skin and this hair color and this hairstyle makes me look trashy all of a sudden. Alright. Let me get now. For real. This time. Getting. Make sure you check the marketplace. Once I figure out what I did wrong real quick, I'll put it up there so you can pick it up. It's gonna be free because, you know, it was put into the library, so you can't exactly sell it. But it'll be fun for people who like it, I guess. Alright. See you guys later. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.